I'll tell you what, this is absolutely never ending. Charlie Kirk's death, predicted in Jack Reacher. Okay, this is the Tom Cruise film. Um, and we're at, right now you can watch it on YouTube, so you can go check this whole scene out for yourself if you like. But spoiler alert, we're going to talk about the film, so there's your warning. We're 3 minutes 46 into the film. It's roughly around the 3.5 minute. Well, actually, right at the start of the film, this is basically they just run into this scene. This character here is called Charlie, and Charlie is a sniper. Okay, and I'm going to show you. I mean, this is just absolutely mental. So already we've got the sniper reference with Charlie referenced. Okay, now for some people that isn't good enough, and it's not good enough for me either. So we need something else connecting this whole thing up. So what we want to do is we're going to go backwards in this scene. This is him eyeballing some potential targets. And the first place, this is where we're across from, is PNC Park. Now, PNC Park is the home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay. Now, we've got something interesting going on here. The use of, again, a baseball reference with this whole thing with Charlie Kirk. If you remember in Back to the Future, we have the baseball reference in part 2, you know, where Griff comes along, batter up. That tied in with the location in the Utah University of where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Okay, so let's go to the actual campus. You can't really tell very good from this. This is just off of Wikipedia. This is the campus. Let me draw in the amphitheater where Charlie Kirk was shot. Okay, right here. Okay, and so he was somewhere down here in a little tent, in the little tabernacle there. So this is home base right here. If you look at the shape of home base, this is home base. Now this is somebody else that picked this out. This was, I don't know, a 7711 video, and he got it from somebody else, I believe. Now this is running into home, and then this is going out to first base. Okay, so you've got third into home here, and this is out to first. Okay, this is, so we're at home here. Now this is the same as what's in Back to the Future with the lake in front of the clock tower. You know, this is the clock tower home base. You can put the clock in there and the lightning comes down and hits the top of the clock tower. Okay, and I don't know 100%, but they may have gone this way when they left with him being shot. Okay, supposedly shot. Okay, so we've got all this stuff going on. There's a ton of other references here. Obviously, you've heard people talk about the candlestick, the menorah. You know, we've got the pyramid, the capstone stuff here, repeated over here. This waterway here is connected through here as well, which is super interesting. You know, with this idea of giving birth. It goes through this tunnel here, which is somebody pointed out to me, they call that a breezeway over in America. Okay, so there's a little tunnel here under the building or through the building there. Okay, so a lot of, you know, death and resurrection symbolism here. Okay, but isn't it interesting that they've got this as a backdrop for this shooting that is taking place in Jack Reacher? Okay, old Tommy Cruise, and I mean Tommy Boy is absolutely loaded. I'm not even going to really talk about Tom in this, but he's, you know, the films that we've looked at before with him. I'm thinking Top Gun Mavericks, the most recently loaded one that he's done, where they even go as far as to do the trench run in that film. you know, harking back to the idea of dam busters. So, and back to the destruction of the Death Star, which again is a copy of Dam Busters the film, which is a real life operation in World War II to destroy dams. And so this is again where we're going with this, is this tie back into the Hoover Dam. This was supposed to be a short video. Let me blow your mind now. So this stadium was opened, or field, I guess I don't know what you call it when it's a baseball field. Anyway, it was opened in, let's see, March the 31st, 2001. And so we're going to do a number jump from March the 31st, 2001, and we're going to see what that takes, how many days that takes us up to Charlie Kirk's death. And interestingly enough, it's 8930 days. So we've got the 893 numerology in here. Okay, Dan, that's not that interesting by itself. So what? Why are you showing me this? Well, just one other thing before we look at this number and how it connects back to the film. Just out of interest, this number here as well, which also works for this date. Let's just look at this real quick. Click it or tick it. 1110 prime. Now, you know, we've got a big date coming up in the dollar bill, which is the 10th of November. Yeah, this is absolutely huge. Obviously, the connection's back with the 111 and 9/11 anyway, and this tie back in with the day before 9/11 and this anniversary of 9/11. You know, the 24th anniversary of 9/11 with Charlie Kirk's death. Well, this is blooming interesting, isn't it? That we've got this other date that we've been looking at for the dollar bill, which is the 10th of November, popping up here to do with this as well. Anyway, if we go back to this, let's click that date back on there. 893. So what, Dan? So all you've got right now is the name Charlie, a sniper, and the ball field connection. Okay, and I believe if you go watch like Decoding with Cody, he's been doing a lot of stuff, and AJ and Rambo, they've all been doing a lot of stuff connecting back with baseball as well. Okay, so there's a ton of connections to baseball with this. But this field through, okay, now let's look at something else in the film to try and tie this all together. You will not believe this. So this all occurs, this dude is just getting ready to stand up and do these shootings, right? Charlie is getting ready to stand up and do the shootings. This is the time they show on his watch, right before he stands up to start shooting. That time there, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, well, I don't think that's got anything to do with 910. You know, I was expecting to see some format of 910 encoded on the watch. It's not there. But what is there is a time of 2:53. So if we look, this is it's getting close to 3 o'clock here. We're 7 minutes to 3. Now, what's interesting about 7 minutes to 3 is this dude here, Tom Cruise, his birthday is 7/3. So I thought that was kind of interesting on the surface that Tom Cruise, who's playing Jack Reacher in this thing, has the 7/3, and, you know, this clock is at 7 minutes to 3, but it's at 2:53. Now, 2:53, we're in the afternoon here. We have to be in the afternoon because the sun's up. It's light out, okay? It's light out. Right? So this can't be 2:53 in the middle of the night, you know, in the morning. So 2:53 in the afternoon is what? In the 24-hour clock, it's 14:53. So what? So if we just do how many minutes of the day have gone by, which I thought I had in here somewhere. Let's see. I could have sworn I had it in here. Maybe it's right down here. Hang on. Yeah, here we are. So how many minutes of the day has gone by? Okay. 893 minutes. 893 minutes from the opening of that ball field to Charlie Kirk's death. 893. It's absolutely freaking insane. 893. The time they're showing you is 893 minutes into the day. They even put the second hand right on, right on. So it's exactly 8-3. Just absolutely mental. What else to say about it? I don't know. I've got a whole bunch more stuff here. I really want to keep this video short though. So thanks for watching, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a follow-on video from this, a part B, part 2, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a follow-on with some other interesting stuff that's in the film. But I didn't want to bore people with a ton of other little number jumps. But I can assure you there are some interesting number jumps with some of the characters. So thanks for watching. And yeah, who would have thunk it? You know, good old Tom Cruise, yet again, you know, another film that is encoding Charlie Kirk's death, and maybe some follow-on events from that as well. So, okay, catch you on another one soon. All right, cheers, good night, God bless.